Second week of washing. It's a V1 clean wash, meaning version 1 of pans. Clean products, soap and rinseless. So I'm going to apologize I lost some of the initial footage on the driver's side when it came to foaming down. Unfortunately, it turned out to be corrupt as an LSR file. It hadn't converted. Still trying to convert it, but I haven't been lucky yet. So I am going to go around the driver's side and spray down first. I do have a light with me, but it doesn't look too on camera. It is later in the day, so it tends to be a little bit of a minus that. I tend to look at the pans rinseless wash as having a little SIO in, similar to Hero. Those are ones I don't specifically like because even though the SIO is not really there for protection and doesn't last, it does tend to have an issue when it put on stronger and tends to, go like a ball of snot, as they call it, on the car. So they're not my favorite. My favorites are styles like DIY Detail, etc. that are more of a cleaner that doesn't leave anything on, but it doesn't mean I don't like them. I certainly like TTR from Nighthawk, but I also like CTX. In 3 gallons you can use 6 milliliters of product, which is really very cheap. So now I'm going to come on to the passenger side and foam down. The IK foamer is indeed much quicker, as you can see with it going on. It's a good foaming that comes out at 1% or 100 to 1 PIR. Unfortunately, the only video I could find or information on using a foamer with pan was using it at 32 to 1, which I cannot understand why you'd use so much. In an IK foamer, you just wouldn't need it like that unless it's really not made for it. I personally didn't have any issues at 100 to 1. It went on. You can see it slightly splitting, but once again, to me, it looks fine. And so moving on from that section, we will then go to the wash off, which once again will start on the opposite side. I will wash down with my trusty 3-gallon sprayer, which I've shown you previously, and it's about 45 psi on that, and it sprays off nice. You can see the liquid coming through from the other side. Plenty there, and then I walk round, bring the light round, and then I'm going to spray coming around the back, and there is enough liquid coming out. I'll spend about 3 gallons total on rinsing off, which for me seems a little more efficient than getting the sprayer out. And it's battery powered, either through a tire inflator, or I can use something else if I prefer. This to me is fine. It comes down, it's washing it off, all looks good. And then after that, I'm going to use a green Chanel microfiber wash mitt. I know that's kind of a favoured thing for pan. I will probably use slightly different media on different weeks. So here I come, and I'm just showing you there. I do have footage of the other side from this point on, so I shall split it back into 2 and allow you to see the other side. Okay, so I also put some wash on from this side, work my way down as normal. The good thing about a ceramic coating is the dirt really washes off quite easily, and if it doesn't, there's probably something wrong with your coating, because you shouldn't need a high pH to wash off, which is one of the problems for most coatings, is people just get on the high pH, start spraying everywhere. Oh, I see a little bit of dirt, let's put some on. I do it myself at times, sometimes just because I want to use it. You don't necessarily need it, especially once it's something's dwelled on and done a while. So I'm using my purple DIY detail towel on one side and my green on the other. And as you can see, I'm dry off the top, work my way around and down. Just change the light so you can see a little bit better. You can see that when I've dried across that the light does actually look good, and everything is dried off. Dry some of the back. And then from that point, I'm getting the green one out for the pan side. And I realized that I should have got the wash mitt, because I should have washed it. So I'm going to wash down with that. There's a little excess on there, so there tends to be plenty going on. Once again, I don't see a lot on the wash mitt when I'm doing that. Once done, I move back to the green drying towel for the pan side. Not saying it's his green or not, but it is a green drying towel. I'm just going to wipe off the other half of this side at the top and come down, just efficiently moving my way. It's always nice to see when you're pulling a towel across and things dry, but if I don't, I will wipe, which is what I'm doing now. Makes it fairly easy. Wipe the back, and then I'll wipe the front section of it, the front door, which is technically the pan door. And noting that I really don't see any issues with any of the coatings currently, everything's working well, which is expected with the amount of time that it's been used. What I will do is take my little NYX glass towel and just see what it feels like. Is it smooth or not smooth? Probably the last week I do this, I may do it again, but DIY detail is very fractionally ahead, but the kind of feeling slippery like it did initially is mostly gone after a few weeks, especially when you do a bit more mileage too. I have finished. If there's any questions that you have, please put in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Until next week, thank you and goodbye.